topics. When we are talking about security governance, roles and responsibility, defining roles and responsibility is very, very important, right? That is why you see any person who is joining company is given with a JD, right? Job description. And all that expectations is made very clear to the particular candidate that this is what is there, this is all need to be done, this is good to have, this is must have, and these kind of things you need to follow, right? So that is where when you are laying down this entire foundation and this big structure in your company for security program, you need to also be very clear on the different roles and responsibilities, all right? So let's talk about these roles and responsibilities. So first and foremost, I will talk about leadership. That means all C-level. It may be your CISO, it may be your CIO, CEO, or whatever, like who in some case, CFO, all these people, they fall into your this thing. What these people are responsible for? These people are responsible for the entire governance. And then under this corporate governance, there will be other governance, different, just like security governance. And then your CISO will be here, right? And then below that, we may have maybe managing directors, senior managing director or VP or whatever. And below that, we will have like senior managers or managers, right? Managers means to maintain operations and all that. So that is how this entire things actually work. They need to be the ambassador of security. If they are not, that means it is not a top-down approach. They need to. And they just need not to kind of advertise security. They also need to invest, or you can say, to be more lack of better word, you can say they need to fund, right? Funding also should come. Otherwise, you keep saying security is good, is not going to help. You need to fund as well, right? So likewise, idea here is to tell you that it has to come from top to bottom. Then there is senior management, which will be more, you can say, tactical in approach. And then there will be managers, security managers and all, who will be operational in nature. Apart from these roles, there are some other roles also in any company, right? Like there is something called as data owner. These are not designations, but these are the common terms which are used. Now, who is the data owner? Somebody who owns the data, right? But what is the need of having somebody to account for data? What is the need?
Integrity of the data.
Security of the data, right?
Yes.
Security of the data. That means confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the data, right? But then who this guy can be?
Data
is it a junior guy? It's a manager guy, it's a senior manager guy, it's a leadership guy, or the top leadership guy?
It is the data manager, the one who will be handling the data.
No, that's not the case. Data owner is the person who is accountable. Who is accountable if the data is lost, or data integrity is lost, or data is not available. That person is accountable.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, because there are three different things here. This will come for data, because there will be the what do you call it? The
data steward.
No, the data steward is the governance, but data, because the information architect will give the business. Processing will be done by somebody else, and administration will be with somebody else. So it will be depending on, like, if for example backup or loss is happening, then it will be with the administrative team, because it will be the database administrator. Now, if there is something wrong in the data, it will be the information architecture team. So everybody has a different role to play in it. So we cannot say that it will be the data manager, because the business, it may change day in, day out. So how would we go on that terms? Because I deal with data every second.
Right. I understand where you're coming from. See, different companies may have their own structure, right? What we are talking here is from a ISC square perspective, from CISSP perspective, right? So as per CISSP, a data owner is the one, for example, in your company, if there is a data breach happening,
Yes.
who is the person responsible? Is that manager responsible, or is your CEO responsible?
CEO will be responsible, because of security is with CEO.
CEO will be responsible,
Yes.
right? So it cannot be your manager, right?
Yes.
Manager can be responsible.
Yes.
Manager can be responsible, but he is not accountable.
Okay. Responsible to accountable. Okay. I got it now.
That is the point we are talking about here, right? I completely understand. This, your CEO cannot always go to your data center, and it cannot go to your database and always check what security controls are implemented here. It is not practical. He has to see so much of things, man. So ultimately, those responsibilities has to be delegated. Delegation is his power. He can delegate the responsibility to others, but he cannot delegate his accountability to others. If there is an organization wherein we have different departments, right? Then that department head maybe sometimes become a data owner. So normally this guy, data owner, is you can say a form of like program manager, who is running multiple projects and all, and then sitting on the top. If anything goes bad about data, this guy is questioned. This guy is also responsible to make sure that data is classified. Now you tell me, in your company, who signs the data classification policy?
Security team again, it will be the business owner, it will be data classification again.
I'm talking about enterprise-wide. There is only one data classification policy in any company.
See, finally, CEO should sign off, I think
CEO.
so.
Right?
The CTO.
Yeah, CEO or CTO. Like, so these people are the data owners. They are responsible. Who decide who people should have access to the data on a wider scale?
CTO again, it will be.
Right?
Business.
It has to be top leadership, right? It has to be top leadership who are kind of accountable for that. Any unnecessary person should not have access, or any unauthorized person should not have access, right? That is controlled by them, right? Then data classification, data access, controls. What kind of controls? Like, this can be delegated further, but on a high level, this guy also is responsible for all that, right?
But
so
controls will be more for CIO, right?
yeah,
CIO,
yeah. It will be CIO, but as I say, accountability and responsibility.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind, right? So idea here is that this person is accountable for all this, but then how can he check if, like, for example, in my project, I create 10 Excel sheet every day, which contain some employee information, right? And I'm not classifying it. Then is your data owner can come and check? Is your CEO coming every day to you and saying, man, you created a file, you did not classify this?
A delegated person will be there for this part, who will be doing the.
You are responsible for that.
Right. So idea is, this owner, data owner, cannot do each and everything, but he is a very high level business guy. What this guy is accountable for is making all these policies, which will cover all this. And that way, he will delegate his responsibility to others in the structure, right? He made other people also responsible for it. Does that clarifies?
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Now that we understood what is data owner, also let's talk about another term, data custodian. Guys, I'm deleting something. My writing is really bad. Please bear with me. I'm also going to talk about data custodian. Hey guys, guys, just give me 1 second. My wife is calling, otherwise I will be screwed like anything. Okay, guys, sorry for that. Okay, so guys, data custodian. So data custodian is the role who is accountable, or you can say responsible for, day-to-day upkeeping of data. Now, with this statement, what the thing which is coming in your mind? Who should be your data custodian in your company?
The DBA kind of guy, administrator.
The data manager.
Data manager.
DBA,
Yeah.
data manager. I am hearing this term for the first time, data manager, DBA, and somebody told system admin.
Sir, data DBA as a DBA, he will only take care of the data as in it is up or
Administration
down
part.
as-
Yeah.
Okay.
As a data
Administration
manager,
part.
For now, I am removing this term.
Yeah.
I am saying DBA, system admin. So whom they belong to? Are not they belong to IT?
Operationals. Yes, IT operationals.
Right? So that means your IT department in your company is responsible to become a data custodian. They are responsible for day-to-day operation on data. Day-to-day operation on data. What does that operation includes? Access rights, as per the guidance from policy defined by your data owner, right? They will also be responsible for taking backups, restore, maintaining maximum tolerable downtime, RPO, RTO, maintaining resiliency, right? Implementing controls. These all responsibility lies with data custodian. Make sense? So this will include your DBA, this will include your system admin, it will even include your help desk, right? They are the data custodians. And then there is another term called as data steward. Who will give it a try to explain this? Data steward.
Data steward basically will be the CTO, somebody working under the CTO for the governance of data. He
Right.
will be reporting any issues related to it.
Right. Their role is governance on data. How do they do it? Maybe in your company, you may have data steward, different projects you may have a steward, right? And then these people will keep a quality check, or you can say quality assurance kind of role they will have. They will go and inspect, okay, how the data is created, how the data is getting stored, is data properly classified, all those kind of metrics they will go through, or questionnaire they will go through, right? So these guys will be called as data steward, right? Then what else? there are users. So what is the role expected from user in security? What we expect from them when it comes to security? Follow the policies. Follow the policies and guidelines. And remain compliant. May remain themselves as compliant and make their digital assets which are given to them as compliant. They may be given a mobile phone, right? That is enrolled into Intune. And this particular system or mobile, we are not compliant. So this guy need to make sure that mobile is compliant because he is using company email on this mobile phone. Similar thing goes on for his laptop or desktop or whatever he is using. Users, right? And then there is another role called as auditors. It may be internal auditor or external auditor for that sake, right? What will be their role? Quality assurance. How do they do the quality assurance? They will check the scope. Based on that, they will do some audits. They will go and see on ground how the things are happening. Are we doing things as per policy or not? And then any deviations, they are going to raise a non-conformity. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So these are the different roles in security, but the main thing, the bottom line here is security flows actually from top to bottom. That's the best approach. And another bottom line which we can take out from this slide is that security is a shared responsibility. Another important thing from exam perspective, we need to understand the difference between accountability and responsibility. That should be now clear to you. Right? Now, tell me out of these roles, who is going to set the policies?
Data owner.
Policy
Data
will
owner.
be by the
Data owner, yeah.
CTO.
Correct.
Senior management.
No, that is okay, but we are asking in terms of these roles, what we defined, right? So that will be data owner. Okay. What else? I think this covers all.
So